はい。ちょっとね、予習してきたんで、録画せずに、サクサクいこうかな。
Somebody must have dropped a key into the wet mud and it's left an almost perfect impression.
I wonder what is a key for?
Key for... はい。
Let's pour this sap into the imprint of the key. Yes, that's filled it nicely. Let's put this alkaline to the sap.
アルカリ溶液を
let
か
me
け
do
ま
it.
すと。
This needs the steady hoof of a surgeon. Oh dear, well, it all went in it anyway.
はいはいはいはい。からの、はい。
Let me try and apply heat from this lamp to the resin mixture, and let's see what happens.
Can't see anything happening. How boring.
Give it time, Frumple.
Can we go now? I'm so bored waiting for this.
You know, Frumple, I rather think we can. Look, the resin is set solid, just like the book said.
Oh yes, no, never doubted it for a moment. Looks like we now have a copy of the key that was dropped here.
Now to find what is the key to.
で、鍵をゲットすると。で、その後に、このネクタイね。このネクタイを包丁でピッとね。
Sorry about this, sir, but I'm afraid we have need of your tie.
My lord, whatever
やるとすると、
Stop that this instant.
まあ、当然ね、やめてくれとね。
Can't do this
当
while
然
the
だ
old
け
goat
ど。
is hanging around, what? We may need to convince her to leave.
で、話しかけると、はい。
Perhaps you should get some rest, dear lady.
I would like to get some rest. That commotion earlier has left me at all sixes and sevens. But I promised the lady
す
I'd
る
keep
と、この
watching for
水
her
晶が
crystal
ね、
balls
取られてるか
today.
ら、ちょっと離れらんない
As
と。
always do.
そうですかと。あとに客間に行って、これね。
Various works of fiction. These are most likely Ethelberta's. Aristotle preferred his scientific tomes instead.
Ugh, Shakespeare. The masters made us read it at school, toted old rot. Don't mind the one with the two lovers from rival families of mongooses and capybaras, though.
I say, Frumple, there's a copy of the play Madame Lavinia mentioned here.
Macbeth.
Macbeth.
これをね、取ります。
You know, this might just come in useful.
Just as long as you don't force me to read
読
it.
書の強制だけはしないでいただきたい。これをゲットしてからの、これをね、お渡ししますと。
I say, madam, I have a play here that might interest you.
The Scottish play. Oh, get away from me. Away.
はい、盗んでました。
Thank you so much for getting my crystal ball back. I will let Beryl know that she needn't stand guard any longer.
Don't mention it, madam.
どういうことやねんって。はい、で、ここで、休息。
Perhaps you should get some rest, dear lady.
I am feeling quite tired after all the commotion. I suppose there won't be any more.
休んでどうぞ
cases
っていう
now,
ことでね。
and Madam's missing item has been found, so I should get a bit of rest.
はい。あらのこれ、ネクタイ。
Sorry about this, sir, but I'm afraid we have need of your tie.
はい。からキッチンに行きますと。で、これをこう。
I suppose this fabric will soak up the grease. Ah, yes, we now have a greasy tie. How splendid.
You do the strangest things, Winklebottom.
鍵で開けると。
Maybe this key we made will...
By Jove, it works. Well done, Winklebottom.
Oh, unfortunately it snapped off in the lock. I suppose the resin wasn't really strong enough. Still got the door open anyway.
これで開いたと。はい。これで、これです。止まった。止まったから、これで、書斎に行くと。で書斎の圧力弁を回すと。
Let's give this a turn and see if we can't drain the system to get Gilfrey out of there. It's no use. The wheel is completely seized up. We'll need to lubricate it somehow.
Bound to be some oil or grease around the place somewhere.
ここで これでしょう。
Right then, I'll wipe this liquid butter around the valve using the tie we cut off a dead moose's mounted head.
There is literally no simpler way we could have done this.
I think I might dispose of this now, it's absolutely disgusting.
おい、切って捨てんのかい。やべえよ。
Let's give this a turn and see if we can't drain the system to get Gilfrey out of there. The lubrication has helped, but I still can't turn it. If only I had some leverage.
何？まだなんか必要なのか。てこの原理。てこの原理ってなんだよ。え？棒
I'm
み
really
たい
not
なの
sure
がい
what
る
the
ってこと
plan
か。
is here. I say, madam, are you feeling more rested now?
I'm feeling somewhat better now, my lord. I'll return to my duties shortly.
君がいない間にネクタイは。
This looks like a child's doll. It seems to be a cuddly axolotl.
Bit of an odd thing to keep around.
A collection of
これか。
a long metal axe. This seems very sturdy. Even the handle is metal.
I say, Winklebottom, I bet Gilfrey liked this axe a lot. Or because he's an axolotl.
Yes. I understand.
持ってくしかない
Sorry,
ね
my
これ
friend.
は。
I'm rather afraid I've more of a need for this than you do.
There's just nothing you won't half-inch given the chance, is there?
よーし、見つけたぞ。やっと見つけたぞ。これでこうだ。
Lubricating the valve wasn't enough, but maybe this will help us get some leverage on it. Since there's no way to contact the mainland, we should flush out the body and perform an autopsy ourselves.
Are you sure you know what you're doing? The Gilfrey estate will not be held liable for any damage or injury caused by incorrect operation of that device, you know.
Oh, hang it all, what's the worst that can happen?
Ah.
Oh, bloody hell! Ah!
海水だから。おい。お、晴れた。
Well, that was a most eventful night.
Quite so, old boy.
あ、一
Hopefully
夜
I'll
明
got
けた
through
ん
to the
だ。
police on the mainland, though I don't hold out much hope in that regard.
Our first priority should be the autopsy. I'll need to go and have a look at the body.
Good lord, what was that? It sounded like it came from the drawing room. We must investigate.
いやーこれ、ナメクジやばいんじゃないの？
Somebody please come quickly!
It's Miss Gilfrey again. Hurry, Frumple.
Oh, Lord Winklebottom, Dr. Frumple, thank goodness you're here. I just came back this morning and I discovered this horrific mess.
What a disgusting sight. What on earth is it?
I do believe it's Mr. Pumphrey, the gardener.
Whatever could have happened to him?
Poor chap looks something doused in salt water. Deadly to certain invertebrates, you know.
Salt water? Why would salt water be running through the pipes in here?
I need some fresh air. You'll find me outside if you need me.
まあ、確かに海水っておかしいよな。
Oh, look at this!
Ah, Miss Price! You gave me quite the start. I didn't notice you coming in.
Story of my life. This is fascinating, though. I'd heard this could happen to slugs, but I've never witnessed it before.
なかなかだね。
Oh, I would like to study it.
Bit grim.
すご。
Poor Mr. Pumphrey.
I say, you don't think this had anything to do with us messing around with that water system, do you?
Oh, I don't suppose so. No. On balance, I'm certain this was just a
いやー、関係あるんじゃないか、これ。
incident. Tell us a bit about your work.
It's hard to know where to begin, really. It was very varied. Archaeology, historical research, even paleontology. Gilfrey had found a lot of very interesting artifacts over the years.
And you were cataloguing them all?
I wasn't just his secretary, if that's what you were implying.
う
I
ー
studied
ん
them, made notes, performed tests to determine age and so on. We were doing solid research.
Had you made any significant discoveries recently? Could that be what Gilfrey was planning to announce?
No, nothing out of the ordinary. Certainly nothing that would be of interest to the general public.
Could we perhaps take a look at your notes to see if there's anything that stands out?
I'm afraid not. Mr. Gilfrey took them and I don't know where he put
うー
them.
ん
I'd be very grateful to have them back if you happen to find them.
なるほどね。
Thank you, Miss Price.
なるほどなるほど。
I don't really want to lug around an entire hosepipe if I don't have a reason to.
ホースは相変わらず持ち歩かないと。ギルフリーが持ち出した。うん。うわあ。
Poor Gilfrey. How sad he should end up like this. I suppose we should search the body for clues.
Looks like there's something in his pocket. We should probably take a look. I'll need to perform an autopsy as soon as possible, too.
Let's try to do this as quickly as we can. I don't like to think of him just lying here in the bathtub like this.
You know, this sort of reminds me of that case we had in Yorkshire a few years back. Remember that? Hogfellow was murdered by being pushed down a hill in a bathtub. Last of the summer swine, the press called it.
Shall we get on, Frumple? Right then, I suppose you'll need to perform this autopsy.
Trouble is, I don't have all my equipment. Wasn't expecting to need it. At the very least, I'll need a knife, some needle and thread, and some kind of apron to
ナイフ
protect
と針
myself.
と糸。
Have to ask
エ
around,
プ
I
ロン。
suppose.
なるほど。
We should check his pockets. Frumple, will you do the honors?
Only thing he has on him is a key by the looks of it. Nothing else here.
アギゴイットしたか。これ屋根裏部屋かな。
Well, we have a key and we have a locked door. It would be most remiss of us not to at least attempt to use one with the other.
Well, go on then. Stop wittering on and just try it.
Oh, very well.
来ました。屋根裏部屋。
No luck, I'm afraid. The door appears to be jammed shut.
I swear I can hear movement inside, though. I say, you in there. I insist you open this door at once. Well, I'm out of ideas. We need to force it open somehow.
なにさらに鍵が。お
Look, Frumple, somebody seems to have dropped a book.
Anything good? I like that one where animals from space came down in weird two-legged walking machines, then caught rabies and died. Very exciting.
No, actually, it appears to be a prayer book. We should return it to its rightful owner. Strange that it would be here, mind you.
本。むむむ。これお前のやつか。
I wonder, is this prayer book yours, perhaps?
Oh, goodness, yes. I've been looking for that all morning. Wherever did you find it?
Rather curiously, we found it behind a locked door leading up to the attic.
Oh my, well, that is most strange. I really can't account for that at all. Most strange indeed.
Nonetheless, I'm glad I was able to return it to you.
なんだなんだ。怪しいな。
Well, good.
God be
あ、針あるじゃんこれ。
Dame Celia's haberdashery bag. Knitting, sewing, wool, threads and such like.
Go on then, pinch a needle and thread while she's not looking.
Dr. Reginald Frumple, I'm appalled. We must ask her if we wish to borrow her belongings.
Like you asked when you made off with that dead chap's tie, you mean?
いや、ボロクソ言われとるやないかい。
Greetings, madam.
I say, what? I say, speak up. Oh, you young people do mumble so.
I said...
No, it's no good. I can't hear you. I can't talk to you if you're not going to speak clearly.
Daft old bird, she needs her ears syringing if you ask me.
じゃあこれダメ
Dame
じゃん。
Celia, we should like to borrow your sewing kit.
Don't mumble so, darling.
ダメじゃん。
Farewell, Dame Celia.
What did you say?
窓開けるか。天気もいいし
I'm。not going to open these. It'll let...
ダメかい。
Madam? Thank you for your time, madam.
エプロンはあれじゃない？エプロンくれ。
Ah, Miss Clutterbuck, I wonder if you might be able to lend us your apron for a short time.
I think not, my lord. I'd be lost without it. Give me a minute and I'll get you one of my spares, though.
なるほど。
Here you are, my lord. You can keep this one. It never did me any good in any case.
Oh my. Here, Frumple, you can keep hold of this. Thank you, Miss Clutterbuck.
はいはいはい。と、だから、でかい声で話さないといけない。おお、いるね。
Well, the rain appears to have cleared up at least. This will make exploring the rest of the island rather easier.
Yes, wouldn't have wanted to go out in that storm. My tea would have been watered down something rotten.
汚れた水。
Have you finished sorting through Gilfrey's paperwork? Did you find everything you needed?
Well, not everything. There were some papers missing.
Oh.
If you find any of his documents or such like, do let me know.
Thank you, Mr. Spode.
書類っぽいもの。調べれるとこはないか。広。マジ広いんかい。マジか。一家の墓地。わ、広いな、これ。わあ、何これ。
Person of Flabberticle, 1808 to 1905. May Blob be with him. How curious.
暗い音楽だな。あ、ネズミ
This
じゃん。
appears to be the grave of one Brutus Nibbler. For those we've lost, there are a number of names here. Here's one, Lancelot.
うわー、広。
The grave of a Julia Zizu. A chap named Wilfred Pex is apparently buried here. Tarquin Bernard Flopsy III, 1865 to 1908, survived by his loving wife,
38人
38
の
daughters
息子
and
で
42
42
sons.
の
May
息子。
he rest in peace.
えぐいな。
Perhaps we could discuss your family. What can you tell us about your mother?
Mother and I were great pals, Lord Winklebottom. We had such laughs, often at Father's expense. The house was so full of joy before.
I was so very sorry to hear of Ethelberta's death.
The house wasn't the same after that. I had to get away, you understand? I just couldn't bear it. But now I've returned, and Father is...
Dreadful business. Just dreadful.
Had you seen your father recently?
No, not for some time. I was so looking forward to seeing him again, introducing him to Winslet. But alas...
なるほどね。
Thank you, miss. Farewell, Miss Gilfrey. Tell us more about this business with your family.
Not much to tell. I wanted to get a decent job and they didn't approve. Just wanted me to swan around the estate all day. Not my style, old thing. I mean, I like to enjoy myself as much as the next chap, but one has to try to make a difference, don't you think?
Wish I didn't have to have a job. My life would be much easier without all the bloody sick people badgering me all day.
So they disowned you. Seems a trifle harsh.
まあ、なかなかだ
Quite, old thing. Families, eh, Winklebottom? More belly trouble than they're worth. We'd be better off without them. Oh, sorry, Constant.
なるほど。
Thank you, sir.
地下制度。おお。
Ethelberta's grave. You can
あ
tell how
あ、
much you
はい
revere.
はいはいはい。
Don't much fancy being buried myself. Shoved into a tiny wooden box in the
No,
cold and
十分だ。
darkness. No, I had enough of that getting over here, thank you very much.
鶴。
These vines are tough. We shan't remove them by hoof or even tooth or claw.
Not even your gnashes would get through those, eh?
I'm not fond of them in any case. Too bitter for my taste.
これ苦いんだよ。これじゃね？あれ？
This trusty knife will surely slice through these vexatious vines.
I say, Winklebottom, just imagine if we hadn't found that knife. Worth its weight in gold, that
金
thing.
と同じ価値があるな。鶴を取ってどうするんだい？なるほど。 なるほどなるほど。鶴ゲットしたと。いや広いですね。しかし灯台鳩場。お、
Look, Frumple, it's Mr. Walters.
Let me be. I'm not sticking around this place for a minute longer.
Can we just let him
いや
leave?
帰ろうとしてるじゃん。
Who's going to stop me? You soft-bellied landlubbers?
It's okay, Frumple. Walters clearly wasn't here when Gilfrey was killed. We can let him leave.
Drunkard barely got us here in one piece, probably drowned before he reaches the mainland. Still, it's his own funeral, I suppose.
I'll have you know that I be as sober as a judge. After what I saw last night, I'm giving up drink for life.
Well, goodbye then, Mr. Walters, and good luck.
帰っちゃった。帰っちゃったよ。島を去った。去っちゃったの？何もないか。うわ。うわ、何
I'm
これ。
not sure this is the right... We seem to have got...
うわ。
This forest is...
これいけないやつか。
I'm not sure this is the...
出れねえんだけど。
We seem to have
あ
got turned around. Thank goodness.
あ、出れたか。なるほど。簡単にはいかねえってやつかい。結構難しいよな、このゲーム。
I'm really... Any ideas, old...
Should probably have a poke around.
島の様子を見てみようって言ってるな。ってことはなんかまだ探せるのがあると。とはいえだな。灯台行きたいけどな。様子でも見てみるか。何にもないもんね。あ、海沿いってのがあるじゃん。
Good grief, Frumple. Who on earth is this poor unfortunate?
Oh, as I live and breathe. It is. It's
Culver.
Winklebottom. Oh, am I glad to see you, sir.
Inspector Culver. What on earth happened to you?
We got your call, Winklebottom. So
I am
here
just
as
as
quick as I could. I have come to help, sir.
You don't look like you're in any state to do that right now. How on earth did you get here?
It wasn't easy, sir. Couldn't get a boat. Only a madman would try to sail through
勇
that
敢
storm.
すぎないそれ
Well,
は。
quite. Hold on a minute. You don't mean...
That's right, sir.
やば。
All the way from Special Branch. Now, if you don't mind, sirs, I'm starting to feel a bit...
Poor old bird has passed out. Come on, Frumple, let's
あ
get
ら
back
ら
to
らら
the
ら
mansion
らら
and
ら
rest.
ら。やべえじゃん。
Right, well, we got him settled down. We should go back and check on him later. Any ideas, old thing?
Should probably have a poke around the island.
まだ様子が見れるのか。お、お、お、お、お、お。
Some driftwood is floating out on the sea. This might be useful if I could reach it.
Honestly, the one thing you should be good at is reaching things at a distance.
I'm not far off, but I need a bit more reach. Some kind of long pole would do the job if I had something on the end to hook in the wood. If only I hadn't lost that boat hook earlier.
これは
This seems unlikely to be effective.
ダメかーい。うわ
Good lord, Frumple, look at this. It's Gilfrey's submarine vessel. He used this for his expeditions, made some fantastic voyages of discovery.
Too lazy to swim, I suppose.
I rather think he's built for streams and rivers rather than whole oceans, to be fair.
Oh, well,
Ah, so
yes,
that-
I suppose
海
that's
水
a
じゃない
reasonable excuse.
A great lake inside the cavern. This must connect to the sea outside.
No good for wallowing, then.
This water is far too deep to wade in. We'll need to find another way if we can get over to that vessel.
なるほど。
I should very much like to see the inside of that craft. However, the water is
もしかしたら君なら
Frumple, perhaps you could.
No bloody chance. I'd get water in me tea.
ありえんな。
I can't open these by hoof. I'll need a tool of some kind. No, I don't think this is right. I have reservations about doing this. This seems unlikely to be effective. Any ideas?
Seems to me we've seen something around this place which could help Dame Celia to hear us better.
あ、これ
I can't. Some old barrels. They seem to be sealed shut, though there's what looks like gunpowder. at the bottom.
火薬
Too damp to use, I'd wager. Maybe the stuff inside would be dry.
なるほど。大丈夫か。
Well, he seems dead to the world. How does he seem to you, Frumple?
Poor fellow is knackered. He'll be right as rain after a bit of rest, though. We should leave him be.
Any ideas, old thing?
Seems to me we've seen something around this place.
あ、なんか落ちてる。
I say, I didn't notice these before. They must have got disturbed with all the comings and goings in here.
Let me see. Huh. They're a load of hoof-written letters. Look like pretty soppy stuff to me. My dearest A, blah blah, secret love, blah blah, BC. Who's BC?
Well, we know a B at least. These letters seem a touch one-sided, and if they are from who I suspect, then it looks like they weren't ever actually given to A. I say, I didn't notice.
Let me see. Huh. They're a load of hoof-written letters.
Well, we know a
BC.
B at least. These letters seem a touch one-sided, and if they are from who I suspect, then it looks like they weren't ever actually given to A. This might be a touch awkward, but we discovered some letters in your bed.
Oh, my lord. You didn't read them, did you?
And how? So you're B then? And I take it old Aristotle Gilfrey was A.
Oh, my lord, I didn't mean anybody to see those letters. They're just a silly old goat's idle fantasy. The master was kind, but never showed me any interest.
And you wished him to?
More than anything, my lord. But it wasn't his way. He was still devoted to the mistress, and nobody would have changed that. Especially not somebody
あ、
like
だからぬいぐるみあれだったんだ。そんだけ
Thank you, Miss Clutterbuck.
そんだけなるほど。なるほど。おー。今日はここまでにしようかな。進まねえし。ご視聴ありがとうございました。またねー。